Hey there. Sorry here. I think the background image here is pretty perfect for for the current mood of the game. So it's August 1st. We didn't get any kind of monthly bulletin, which I mean, you know, everyone's kind of been saying it, and it's been written on the walls. You know, the word on the street is that they're going to announce into service at the end of the month. And the fact that there's no monthly bulletin is kind of a big indicator that, you know, that those prophecies, those, you know, predictions are accurate. No monthly bulletin means definitely no dark visions, no Clash of Wills. There is some kind of event. We do still get adventure rewards. We get Crest Pass rewards for August. So, you know, one is obviously doing the Omega Spawn event. I'll talk about that in a second. But there is some other event coming up later in the month. I'm not really sure what it's going to be, but probably nothing too, you know, to get too excited about if it's not in a monthly bulletin. You know, we'll just have to wait and see whatever that event comes to be. But all signs are pointing towards an end of service announcement coming up probably at the end of the month. So, you know, with that being said, I've still got Lapis saved up. You know, I got rank 1 in the Vision World event, so I know I've got another 10k. So, you know, I theoretically have 80, you know, over 80,000 Lapis. I haven't done, you know, and I haven't done the current Omega Spawn event yet. Although, this is also a bit of rubbish. You know, in the rewards you get for this, you only get, I think, there's like 500 Lapis at 200,000, and then 2,000 at 400,000 points. So we're getting less Lapis, you know. So I'm honestly, I'm not. Whatever. Okay. There, yeah, just a lot of signs pointing towards, you know, not good things happening for the game in the future. So I figured, you know what? I've got the Lapis. Let's go for the new units that came out. I'm not going to spend all my Lapis. I'm going to save. I want to save. Seeing as NV Plus units have been going for around 40,000 for a pity. I figure I've got enough to do one pity on this round, and then I'll save another 40k to see what comes up later in the month. And if something looks interesting, I'll do one more, you know, I'll do one more pull video with the remaining 40,000 laps that I have before they finally pull the plug on this thing. So yeah, the banners this week are Crimson Knight Rain and Resurrected Hero Taivas. I am actually kind of interested in these units. Like, I wouldn't mind having either one. I think I would prefer Taivas personally, just because I would like to build a light team. Taivas also got a cow tag, whereas Rain, for whatever, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why they didn't buff Rain at all, with, like, you know, at least giving his leader skill some Clash of Wills stuff, or at least giving him like the Clash of Wills tag. But between these two units, the only one of these two units that benefits from Wilhelm's overdrive, for example, would be Taivas. So I think I would prefer Taivas, just because he's got a 200% light imperil. Light is one of his elements, so he works well on a team with like Fundamental Force, or, you know, Celeste, and those types of units that prefer light. His overdrive is for elite soldiers, which unfortunately Fundamental Force is not an elite soldier tag, so Fundamental Force can't benefit from his overdrive, but he can at least benefit from Wilhelm's overdrive, so, you know, that's something. So I think I would prefer Taivas, and that's probably the one I'm going to pick up with the pity at the end. But, you know, if I get into Crimson Knight Rain, I'm not going to complain. They're both really strong units. They both have their pros and their cons. You know, I'm not going to do a full unit review on both of these units, but Crimson Knight Rain, he does have the ability to magic tank. He's got magic tank skills, and he's got a fairly decent spirit stat and a bunch of like spirit passives and static spirit and all of that stuff. So he can reasonably tank content for you while also dishing out good damage. He's kind of like the magic version of Wilhelm that we got, except he doesn't have an Omni cover. He's strictly a magic tank, so he can't Omni cover for you, but he can magic tank for you. So he's a bit like Wilhelm in that respect, except he also doesn't have a leader skill. He's a trance shifter, which is a huge downside in my opinion, especially considering like the only thing we're going to be using these units for really anymore are for the EXT trials, the SBBs, and I don't want a trance unit in an SBB when I know it's going to be going, you know, probably 15 turns. I don't want to have to deal with like a trance cooldown. Now, he's not that much weaker in his normal form. Like he's still pretty strong in his normal form, but he is, you know, he gets his strongest limit burst in his trance form, of course, in his Brave Shift. So to me, that's a downside. However, a plus is that he is non-elemental, so you can imbue him with any element. That's kind of the biggest downside with Taivas. Taivas is locked to light on his LB. Now, he has other damaging skills that are non-elemental, so you can go other elements with Taivas, but, you know, you want to use his LB because it is his strongest move, and that is locked to light. Now, being an overdrive unit means that you don't have to worry about SLB timing. You don't have to worry about lining up SLBs and stuff. His modifier is what it is from the start all the way to the end. He does have preemptive LB boost, which only lasts for 5 turns, but you know, the benefit of being overdrive is, yeah, you don't have to wait for an SLB. You don't have a trance shift and all that jazz. So I'm personally leaning towards Taivas, but we'll just see what we get. I would honestly be happy with either one of these units. I don't really care. I'm at the point where it's like I've got Lapis to spend, and you know, the game's probably not gonna last, you know, until. It's probably not even going to last till Christmas, to be honest with you. And once they announce EoS, it's pretty much like no more new content's coming out after that. No more new units, no more new content. It's just going to be the game is what it is, and you just ride it out until they finally pull the plug. So might as well do some pulls for some units. So let's see what we get. I think the pity is 9 tickets, so I need to do 4.5 laps to get a pity, and I'm just going to do 1 pity, and so that should be, I think, 40,000 lapis to get a pity, and yeah, and then the coins, we'll use the coins to get the shards to pick up the slack. So let's see what we get. We're hoping for a rain and or a Taivas, and let's just get on with it. Okay, nothing on. Oh, can we crack it on up? All the way up? Oh, yeah. Can we start? Let's start it with a bang, baby. Let's do it. Oh, no. Garbo. Man. I thought we were going to start it off hot. That would have been such a good start. But nope. Summoner Lina. That's some garbage. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Hot garbage coming through. But that is, I mean, it is nice seeing an NV on the first step, I guess. I mean, maybe well, yep. And then you get the second step. Then you get the second step that looks like that. That's not so good. That's not so good. All right. I'm worried that I used up all my luck last week on Wilhelm. I got stupidly lucky on ad summons too. I pulled 2 Wilhelms on ad summons, so my Wilhelm is now EX3, that's like the fastest I think I've ever gotten an EX3 unit. Like before the first week of the banner was over, I had an EX3 Wilhelm. I don't know how that happened, but you know, if you saw my pulls for Wilhelm, you know I got really lucky on those. Pulled a bunch. Ooh, didn't do an NV plus. Damn. But you know I got really lucky on that one. And then, Kresnik, Jesus. And then, yeah, I got super lucky on ad summons this week as well. So Wilhelm is sitting pretty at EX3. Loving it. Loving it. Being an overdrive unit, he doesn't get like a whole heap of benefit being at EX3 other than like the EX ability and the and his vision card, obviously. And, you know, and then just some increased stats. But, yeah, it's nice to have. Nice to have. All right. Oh man, this is looking not so good. Not so good. So we've had 2 off-banner Neo Visions so far. They've both been hot garbage. Absolute hot garbage. Oh, there's a Neo. Come on now. Give me something. Yeah, hey, all right. Crimson Knight Rain. Cool, cool. So since I picked up one of him, that means I'll almost definitely use my pity ticket to get Taivas. That way I have one of each, and I can kind of go, you know, go either way. But, I mean, I'm only on my second lap, so who knows? We'll see what else we get. All right. But that's pretty awesome. All right, another Neo, but did not do a Neo Plus animation, so probably not. Oh, Kirasame, jeez, my gosh. Like, really the only regular Neo Vision I want to see right now is Zahn. Other than that, I don't want to see any regular Neo Visions anymore. Like, it's Envy Plus or bust right now, man. So, if it's a regular Neo, it better be Zahn. That's all I care about. He is like the only regular Neo worth anything at this point in the game. For me, at least, for me. I say that, you know, if you're a newer player, or if you're someone that doesn't, you know, hasn't been playing for the whole 8 years of this game, you know, take my take my words with a grain of salt. Ooh, envy. Whoa, yeah, Taivas. Hello. All right, so we got one of each now. That's pretty awesome. Cool. So since I have one of each, I probably will still use the pity ticket on Taivas, just because like I said, I think I prefer to have him over Rain, but having both of them is pretty awesome. So, feel good about that. Feel good about that. And I will be taking these guys into some series boss battles. I redid Chaotic Darkness and X-Death this week, as you guys saw with Wilhelm. I did play around with Vlad a little bit. I got a 19 turn clear on Vlad. I haven't started on Kefka yet. The only time I did Kefka was before Wilhelm came out. I tried Kefka with my light team, and like I only got him down to like 40% by turn 22. So at that point I was like, I'm definitely not getting a 30 turn clear, so I just gave up. But I was able to accomplish a 19 turn clear with Wilhelm. I think I kind of dicked around a little bit with the rotation, and I think I could do it in 15 turns. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for the new units, and seeing as they're already a bunch of clear. Well, I shouldn't say they're a bunch. There's not a bunch, but there are also already several clears of Vlad and Kefka out there, and I would really like to do something that, you know, hasn't already been done. Ooh, another Crimson Knight Rain. Sweet. Sweet. I'd really like to do something that hasn't already been done. And so, you know, Wanderer, I think I could actually pull off Wanderer's version of Kefka. And then you probably saw Sinzar's version of Kefka, which was a variant of Resnaught's version of Kefka using Jill to do the 100% ice amp, to basically just churn out constant damage at the 100% with the 100% amp, which is a really good strategy. And if you haven't seen that, I definitely recommend checking that out. But I'd like to try something different, and I figure, you know, what better way to do that than to use use some new units. You know, we're not getting anything new in this game. I don't think. We might. It depends on whatever that that event is next, coming up at the end of the month. But, I just want to kind of spread things out a little bit more. Because otherwise, if I'm just done with everything, then there's really no reason to keep playing the game. So, this at least gives me something. It gives me something to do, pulling for some new units, using those new units to tackle the last couple of series boss battles. And yeah, we'll do that. Oliveira, you are way more, you are so utterly useless to me. But hey, I can't complain really. I got two Reigns and a Taivas. So this is my last, by the way, this is my last step. So I'm going to stop here after pulling this one, because this will be my pity for Taivas. I'm going to get another Taivas with my pity. And then I'll get shards from the shop. All right, no Neos on this one. That's okay. All right, so I've got my pity ticket. Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and pick that up while I'm at it. A lot of duh. All right, let's go ahead and pity my Taivas. All right, so I've got 2 Taivases and 2 Reigns now, which is pretty sweet. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop them in my shard team. Let's do a resurrected hero Taivas. All right, sorry Lulu, you're out. All right, Rain is going in there. All right, it's too many Reigns in this game. Oh my gosh, too many Reigns. All right. So yeah, Taivas' leader skill got upgraded. It's 1250 to all light, all CW light, CW support. He got the clash tag, which is great. Reigns leader skill is really nice too. It's 1250 to all FFBE units, but then it's 750 to fire. And he didn't get any kind of clash tags. So that's kind of the downside for me. But yeah, pretty exciting. Nice, I'm not going to complain about those pulls. I got both of the units, and I think with the coins, I can get one of them to EX2. So I'll probably get my Taivas to EX2, just because I want access to that 200% light imperil right away, so I can start using that. But yeah, pretty cool. Not going to complain. So anyways, thank you guys for following me. If you guys do pull on this banner, it's not a bad banner to pull on. They're both really strong units. They both have their pros and they both have their cons. And seeing as the game is clearly on its way out, if you have the Lapis to spend, why not? Why not? Have some fun. Just do some pulls. Enjoy the game. Enjoy life. Don't waste your entire life on this game. Go touch some grass. And thank you guys for sticking with me and for hanging out. And I will see you on the other side.